You've been walking through days that felt like tight corridors, walls of pressure on both sides, and barely enough light to see your next step. I've seen every moment you've questioned how you'll make it. The numbers don't stretch. The deadlines are closing in. The energy is draining from your body and your mind, and still, you keep showing up. You keep hoping. You keep pressing forward even though the weight feels unbearable at times. I want you to know this. I've been closer than your breath in every one of those moments. I have watched your silent cries, the prayers you didn't even have strength to speak aloud. I've seen you give even when you didn't have much. I've watched you fight the urge to give up. And because of that, because you've stayed in the fight, even when exhausted, your season is shifting now. There is a movement taking place in the spiritual realm on your behalf. Things are changing in places you cannot see yet. Money, yes, the financial release you've been waiting for, will find you suddenly. Not through striving, not through schemes, but through the movement of my hand. I do not need the economy to be stable to bless you. I do not need others to approve you for you to receive what I've ordained. You're about to experience my abundance in a way that interrupts your routine. Unexpected calls, surprising emails, debts reduced, needs met. I'm not slow, I'm strategic. And this, my child, is the moment where the sudden release begins. I am your father. I am the one who formed you, called you, and carries you through seasons of uncertainty. You were never created to carry the weight of provision on your shoulders alone. That pressure you feel, it was never meant to rest on your chest like that. I'm stepping in now, not because you earned it, but because you are mine. My love does not wait for perfect behavior. It moves with compassion, mercy, and timing that aligns with your deepest needs. I have seen your bank account. I have heard your thoughts in the silence. I know the exact dollar amount you've been needing. And more than that, I know the rest your soul is craving. That moment when you can finally exhale without panic. That night when you can sleep without rehearsing what you owe. That day is coming sooner than you think. Provision is being released now, and it will not trickle. It will flow. I'm sending answers through channels you didn't expect. I'm shifting decisions in rooms where your name has been mentioned. I'm preparing a financial change that will remove burdens and restore peace. You won't have to force anything. My favor will do the heavy lifting. You'll simply walk into opportunities I've arranged. People will bless you. Resources will appear. Help will arrive. Trust me with the timing. You've worried long enough, you've carried too much. Now is the time to see what happens when you let me be provider, not just in word, but in reality. Rest, my child. I am not late, I'm never late, and your miracle is already moving toward you. There is something sacred in the seasons where you have little. I know that sounds strange, but listen closely. In the absence of abundance, your ears became more sensitive to my voice. When things dried up, your dependence deepened. You stopped relying on your own strength and started looking for mine. And I was there. Even in what felt like silence, I was near, teaching you how to walk by faith and not by sight. Just like I led my people through the wilderness, I allowed you to pass through a time of scarcity, not to punish you, but to prepare you. I taught you to gather manna one day at a time. I allowed the brook to dry up, just as I did for Elijah, to show you that your source is not the brook, it is me. When the brook dries, I have already commanded a widow, a job, a blessing to meet you at the next place. Nothing is wasted. Not one tear, not one night of anxiety. It all served a divine purpose. The world tells you scarcity means you failed, but I say scarcity can be sacred when you let it draw you closer to me. That season is now ending, and I want you to carry forward what you learned. The resilience, the patience, the trust. Because what I'm about to release will require wisdom. Prosperity without purpose can become a trap, but you are ready now. You are rooted in me, and that is why I can now trust you with more. The lack was not your identity, it was a chapter, and that chapter is now closed. Now hear me clearly. This is not just encouragement, this is a declaration. Money will find you suddenly. It will come in ways that disrupt your routine and interrupt your worry. A door will swing open with no warning. A message will come with unexpected favor. What you thought was denied will be approved. Not because of your qualifications, but because of my mercy and timing. I am orchestrating details behind the scenes that you couldn't possibly arrange on your own. I have not forgotten your faithfulness, the quiet obedience, the offerings given in secret, the acts of generosity when you barely had enough. You didn't do it for recognition, but I saw it, and I reward faithfulness, especially the kind that persists in dry seasons. That reward is on the way now, not as a payment, but as a promise fulfilled. Provision is already on its way to your address. I'm not just talking about enough, I'm talking about overflow, more than the bills, more than the debts, more than what you thought possible in this season. I am bringing resources to sustain you and refresh you. I am not sending survival, I am sending supply. Prepare your heart to receive. Begin to thank me now for what you don't yet see, because gratitude is the gate that welcomes the miracle. I am breathing on your finances. I am multiplying what looked small. I'm sending angels to move what man could not. And the shift will not be gradual. It will be sudden, undeniable, and full of peace. Now that the release has begun, I need your spirit to remain aligned with mine. Do not let the urgency of need drive you into impulsive decisions. My provision does not require panic, and my miracles do not need manipulation. This is the time to walk in wisdom, not fear. Listen for my voice even in the smallest things. I will guide you when to act, when to wait, when to give, and when to speak. Stay generous, stay faithful, stay alert. When I bless you, it is not only for your survival, it is also for impact. Be willing to sow when I prompt you. Be willing to share when I move your heart. The seed you release will not return empty. It will produce more than you imagine. I do not bless just for comfort. I bless for purpose. And you are part of a greater plan. Your obedience unlocks provision not only for you, but for others connected to your destiny. Guard your peace. Don't let old fears resurface just because new money arrives. Wealth without peace is not my will. I want you whole, not just rich. And wholeness begins in your mindset. Declare what I've spoken. Don't rehearse your lack. Speak my promise. Say it out loud. Money will find me suddenly, and I will steward it wisely. Let faith be the language in your home. And if I ask you to step out in faith, do it. Whether it's a job, a project, a conversation, or an act of giving, move when I move. My timing is perfect. Your yes creates space for the miracle. This is not the time to shrink. It's the time to prepare and expand. You've made it through the hardest stretch. You've survived what tried to break you. And now, I release this final word over you. You are stepping into divine provision. No more survival mode. No more scraping to get by. This is your shift. This is your moment. I am lifting the weight from your shoulders and placing fresh oil in your hands. What once seemed out of reach will now feel natural, because my favor has gone before you. Watch how things accelerate now. Watch how the right people appear. Watch how the exact amount arrives. Watch how doors you didn't knock on open wide. This is what I do for my children who trust me in the dry land. I overwhelm them with abundance in the new land. Your future will not look like your past. The scars will remain as reminders, but the struggle will not. From this point forward, expect unusual provision, holy surprises, and heavenly connections. I'm going to place finances in your hands, not just to solve problems, but to build, bless, and create. You will become a channel of my provision to others. I will use your testimony to break chains in others. Stay close to me, and you will never run dry. Say this aloud. I receive sudden provision. I receive divine wisdom. I receive peace in my finances. I receive the full blessing of heaven. And now rest, trust, walk forward without fear. What you need is not far. It's already on the way. Amen. Share this message with someone in need.